Cut the sash when there's a snake in the grass. This is Survival Hacks. Just picture it. You're out bushwhacking and hacking your way through the Amazon, following ancient maps to buried Inca treasures. X always marks the spot, so you dive deep into a time-worn temple tucked away in the tall jungle trees. Just as you land on the dark, damp dirt, you see the talisman that took you on this trek glowing on the ground. Simple enough, right? Well, think again, cause the Amazon is a prime place for pits of poisonous snakes that'll fill your bloodstream with bitter bile faster than a 2-day parcel delivery. You take 2 steps toward the terrible trinket, when out of nowhere you notice the filthy floor is writhing and wriggling, and there's no avoiding the situation. Snake bite. Well, lucky for you, Grizz Griddles is about to inject your brainstem with neurotoxins of insight on how to treat a stinging snake bite. Now, the best way to treat a snake bite is by not getting bit in the first place, so knowing how to avoid it is key. Stay away from tall grass, holes in the ground, and rocky crevasses where a snake might be hiding out. Make sure to wear heavy socks, boots, and pants too. This will make it harder for a snake to dig its fangs deep into your skin. Last but not least, bring a snake bite kit anytime you're out in the wild. But if you do find yourself out in the bush with a throbbing fang wound from a 4-ton serpent, then it's time for step 1. Stay calm and watch the bite. Whatever happens, do not panic if a slithering snake takes a bite out of you. The faster your heart beats, the quicker that snake's venom is going to circulate through your body. So stay calm, stay still, and try to remember as many details about the snake as you can. Try to memorize the color, size, and shape of the snake, so later you can help doctors help you. But for right now, you gotta get that wound washed and remove as much of the slimy, sticky snake spit as you can. Use clean water and soap if you've got it, and try to avoid touching the wound. Any contamination could infect it, and that would take you from bad to even worse. Now, loosely bandage up that brutal bite. You may have heard a myth that you can suck the venom out. That couldn't be more wrong. That'll just transfer the toxins from the bite to your mouth, and your mouth might even infect the wound too. So forget that myth and move along to step 2. Expect swelling. As soon as you can, take off any jewelry, bracelets, rings, watches, shoes, or socks. It might sound like a second thought, but if you're not careful, you can lose circulation. And speaking of which, the absolute most important step of them all. But before we do that, it's time for Grizzly Griddles Riddle in the Middle. Here's today's slinking side splitter. What is a baby's favorite type of snake? I'll give you the answer at the end of this video. Now, back to the hacks. Alright, young bucks, you're bit by a creepy coiled cobra and you've got the bite bandaged up. Now, for the crucial part. Step 3. Slow the flow of venom. From here on out, everything you do has to be all about keeping the neurotoxins in the venom from reaching your ticker. You can slow down the toxins by keeping the bitten area below your heart. Next, tightly wrap a bandage about 4 inches above the bite. This will reduce the blood circulation to the area and serve as a kind of quarantine for the venom. Okay, so you've got the wound washed and bandaged. You've kept the venom flowing slower than molasses on a cold New England day. And now, it's time for step 4. Get medical help right away. Unless you bought anti-venom from a snake oil salesman in Seattle, you're gonna need medical treatment from a professional. Stay. As you make your way to a doctor, try to move as little as possible. And make sure to keep the bite below your heart at all times. If someone's with you, they should carry you as much as possible to keep your blood from flowing too fast. Once you finally find a medic, tell them all about what happened and try to recall as many details about the snake as possible. Don't just remember the colors, remember the pattern too. Now that was a close call, comrades. You just barely avoided becoming a victim of a viper's vile venom. Now to recap, just in case that tourniquet cut off the circulation to your brain. The moment you're bit, it's important that you keep your cool, wash the wound, and loosely wrap it up. Remove any jewelry or clothing that'll cut off circulation once the swelling starts. Keep the wound below your heart, tie a bandage tight about 4 inches above the bite, and stay motionless. Then, get medical help from a professional fast. And there you go, young bucks. You can thank your scaly skin that Grizzly Griddles came out of nowhere to KO that viper venom by putting it in a cobra clutch. Now before you start spitting venom, here's the answer to Grizzly Griddles Riddle in the Middle. What is a baby's favorite type of snake? A rattlesnake. And that's the punchline, because Grizzly Griddle said so. Well. Looks like the fangs came out on another episode of Survival Hacks. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you want more bushwhacking survival hacking. And remember, real survivors don't go looking for danger, so avoid snakes whenever you can. Signing off, I'm the Snake Charmer, knight in shining armor, nocturnal lieutenant colonel, stronger than a king cobra, love from Manitoba to North Dakota. I can see in infrared, more radioactive than a thermonuclear warhead. You can call me the wilderness icon with 24-inch pythons. Grizzly Griddles, over and out.